Welcome to another episode of According to Amabile. I'm your host, Michele Amabile, and today we are spotlighting an incredible rising star from Paramus, New Jersey. I've been fortunate to see him perform many times in New Jersey, and I'm so glad America is getting to know him too. The 21-year-old singer-songwriter, he's been grinding it out on stages long before American Idol. Inspired by classic rock legends, praised by judges as a blend of Bruce Springsteen, Bob Dylan. I know you love Tom Petty and Jackson Browne, and you do that, Jackson Browne. And you also have a lot of modern rock influences. I mean, this kid is an encyclopedia of musical knowledge, and a Rutgers graduate. Just very proud of him, and he's wowing audiences with original songs, which is so amazing on this season, and powerful covers. And he's earned his spot in the top 14. And I think you broke the internet last night. Representing New Jersey with heart, grit, and talent, this is Jake Thistle. Welcome to According to Amabile. So happy to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It really means the world. It's good to see you again.
Oh, great. Jake, you were fantastic last night. And doing that John Hyatt song during Songs of Faith night, that was a really great choice. I thought that was smart. You looked amazing at the piano. Ryan said you looked like Tom Cruise, which is so funny. A lot of people are saying that on the internet. So I know there's a story behind you and John Hyatt and that song, and I want to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for me, John is pretty. He's one of my number ones. You know what I mean? Like I've followed him my entire life. I think he's one of the most underrated songwriters in the world, and his music just really resonates with me. When I was 12 years old, I was lucky enough to play that song with him. It was sort of my first time ever playing in a theater, and he just came out for the encore and said, "Oh, there's a 12-year-old in the audience tonight, and I want him to come up, and Jake Thistle, if you want to come up and play this song." And so I ran up and we did that, and that was a really defining moment for me in terms of, I remember standing up there and realizing this is what I want to do. I want to write. I want to play songs in rooms like this, And so that really, I think, continued. I was already on the path, but it really, really kind of put me into a new gear. And so I thought it was sort of a no-brainer to do for Songs of Faith night, because it was John having that faith in me to play that song that sort of gave me the faith in myself to want to do this full time. And I also lucked out that the song has faith in the title as well, and it's a song about faith. So that was like, it just was kind of a no-brainer on all facets. And I will say too, I got lucky because I almost did this song for a different round and for a different reason, but I ended up last minute switching to another song, and that opened it up for this, which was good, because this was sort of I had all my eggs in the Have a Little Faith in Me basket for Faith Night, just because I thought it was such a good choice based on the story around it.
Was that the week that you switched to do Sleep on Me in Hawaii?
It was, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure if what route I wanted to take. We rehearsed both, and at the end of the day, I ended up picking the original just because I thought that was the way I could be the most authentic, at the time. And so, and I'm super happy I did that, not only just to have gotten to play the original, but to have freed up this for the next round, which I didn't know was happening at the time.
Well, I was happy you did that song too, because first of all, those two TikTok people they were singing the song after hearing it once, which was amazing. And also, I noticed that you have like 21,000 downloads on that song on Spotify now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it really meant a lot. I'd be playing these songs to nobody if I had to. You know what I mean? So getting to see them, sort of come to the forefront and have people listen really is it's such an honor for me. It's something that I really appreciate, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this show, was just to reach people and see what resonates and hope for the best.
Well, just wait until America hears your other songs like Carpool Lane and Alone Together. I think they're just going to love it.
Thank you.
Your journey started with the Blind Faith cover. Let's walk us through that.
Absolutely, yeah. I knew going into that audition that you've got about a minute 45 to make your case to the judges, and so that's not something I'm used to. I'm used to having, even 10 minutes, you know what I mean, would not be enough. So I really tried to pick my song strategically, and I thought that the Blind Faith song was a really good cross section of, it's retro, it's popular, and it's kind of bluesy, but it's still Steve Winwood, and it's still got that like nice pop lift in the chorus. And so I thought it was just a decent cross section of what I wanted to show to the judges. And it's got a pretty short form, so it's really easy to sort of chop up one way or the other and make the song still sound complete. Because that's another thing that I really have to think about for these things. That was a consideration for Have a Little Faith in Me, as well as if you're taking a 5-minute song and you're putting it to 2 minutes, you want to put all the best parts in, but if you just have if the whole song is just 2 minutes of the biggest parts of the song doesn't really go anywhere, and then it kind of sounds like you're just doing a lot, you know. And so I try to be really cognizant of how I'm kind of chopping up and putting together the songs for the shorter format. And I thought the Blind Faith song, especially in the auditions when they're seeing so many people and things are getting so rapid, the way that form is, I thought was a good way to sort of make the song sound cohesive still. So I was really grateful that I was able to do that song, and I was grateful for the response to it.
You sounded great on the Huey Lewis. I was surprised to see you do Huey Lewis.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, for that one, that was really cool because, as when we were in Hawaii for the Ohana round, Ohana means family, and that was about family, and I knew that, Faith Night was going to come up, and that's a theme, and then we've got Judges Song Week, and like there's like these pretty strong themes. So when we were doing the beach round, there was less of a theme, and they more just said do something upbeat and do something fun, and so. I don't know what made me immediately think that, but it was the first song I thought of, and I said, "Let's just do it. It's going to be a great time." And so, getting to stand in front of, Chris Pooley and the band while they play is like it's like getting to drive a freight train down a hill or something. It's just like so much fun, and I knew they would kill that song, and so I'm just glad I got to do it with them.
Well, it's crazy how many people are comparing you to Brian Adams. I mean, you heard the judges. They said Bruce Springsteen, which is, I mean, come on, that's a given. You've performed on stage with Bruce. I mean, like you've been blessed, Jake. You've been blessed in your career. But they compared you to Bob Dylan. It's like these comparisons are huge. And then, how did you feel when Luke said you are so ready for this? I mean, we all know. I mean, they're like, oh, you're like a professional, well, like because he is.
Thank you. It meant the world. It really did. I don't know if I mean, I personally feel ready for it. I get so excited. This is like my favorite thing to do. And so him saying that really meant a lot. It was pretty validating, but it also made me feel really good about what I was trying to accomplish. You know, I'm not trying to go out there and sort of out sing anyone because I would lose that battle, probably 13 out of, out of, at times out of 13 times with this other, top 14 with me. I'm really just trying to go out there and be as authentic as I can, be as genuine as I can, and just show that this is what I want to do, and hope people, sort of jump on the train, and maybe want to listen to the music. And so when the judges say things like that, it's really important to me, and I really take that to heart, and I'm
What
just
did you
trying.
learn from Brad Paisley and Keke? I mean, first of all, Brad Paisley, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the two of them, getting to be mentors, it was, I mean, it was incredible. It was. I don't think we even knew that they were going to be mentors until we got there or something. It was pretty quick, and so getting to walk out and talk to the two of them, and the two of them are just like these mega stars that getting to hear their input. I mean, their collective experiences in in the music industry outweigh probably 99% of anybody else just because they've been around and they've done so much. So getting to hear their influences or getting to, be influenced by what they're saying was really, really important, especially for the beach round. And that's such a fun round. And, as evidenced by her performance, like nobody has fun on stage like Keke Palmer anyway, and
Oh,
Brad.
right.
So, getting to talk with them and learn about stage presence and learn about, sort of what they wanted to see in us was great. And they were so warm, even when the cameras weren't rolling. And it was really, really a great experience.
And one thing about American Idol, now you're in the family, and I see you taking pictures with all the kids. Who's your roommate? Who's your BFFs, and who are you sad to see go last night? Because I saw you took pictures with Genevieve. I love Genevieve.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I can honestly say that the top 20 especially, the top 30 as well, and the top 14. But we were together as the top 20 for quite a long time. There was about probably 5 days in Hawaii after the eliminations. And then we had a little over a week together here in LA before the elimination, and we all got really close. And I really mean like every single one of them I consider a legitimate friend, and they've all been so supportive, and that's been something that I really I don't take that for granted because I know that I'm sure every season they're saying this, but I really think we have such an amazing cast of people. And the fact that everyone is supportive is just it's really kind of my heart. And so I'm just honored to have been afforded another week, not just to play next Monday, which would be great, but just to hang out with them again this week. And we've got a day off today. I'm sure we'll all see each other, and you know what I mean. Like it's a really great family. And so yeah, it's been a great time to get to hang out with everybody. As a songwriter, getting to hear about other people's experiences and hear their songs, and we're all playing each other originals has been it's been a great time.
You talked to Philo and Kanan and Colby last night.
I did.
They were
Yeah.
great last night.
Oh my gosh, it sounded incredible. There's moments like that, we all know each other so well now as contestants, and we're seeing each other go up, and we've heard each other's rehearsals sometimes or whatever. And then it's a moment like that when either when you're singing and you look over and Luke and Lionel are singing too, or when Carrie goes out with the other, with the platinum ticket winners from the other season, and that's when you can really sit back and watch and say like, wow, this is where we are, and look at how they sound. I mean, that was like, it was otherworldly, that performance. It was just, if I could sing a quarter like any of them, you know.
Well, like I said, it must have been a trip when Ryan said you look like Tom Cruise.
Worst things to be,
I know,
absolutely.
right? Another Jersey guy with
Yeah.
a handsome profile. So a couple of lightning round questions. How do you warm up? How do you keep your voice okay in Hollywood? Because I know it could be, with all the rehearsal.
Yeah, well, I'm learning a lot being here with other contestants, and I'm getting a kick out of hearing sort of their vocal warm up techniques and their rituals, because I don't warm up as much as I should. I just try to stay hydrated, and I talk all day, and I hope that's enough. But I know deep down that it's really not. So I'm working on getting better at warming up.
And looking ahead to next week, if you get into that, you survived that cut. First of all, that was crazy last night. It's like they couldn't count the votes in time
Yeah.
so you get another week, another repeat. I think it was the Spring Nuts and all the Tom Petty fans voting
Oh,
for you.
it must have been. Yeah.
And my mom, 50 votes. Like,
Of course, of
oh,
course.
my
Hey, I
mom's
mean,
like probably your number one fan. She's always run. She's like, oh,
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
but
Yeah,
what do
I
you
mean,
think we'll hear from you next week?
well, next week is the Judges Song Contest, so I'm really excited for
Oh,
that. Each judge will pick a song that they want to hear us sing. It's got a '90s twist, so it'll be three songs from the '90s, and I will pick one. I don't know who picked what, and I'll just pick my favorite. And so I'm really excited to sort of dive deep and start to figure out what I'm going to do. So I don't have that answer right now, but hopefully I will soon. But I'm
well, I
really
hope to see you in finale, Jake. And like, I don't know who you do perform with in finale. You've already been on stage with Bruce. I mean, like, we could always get Bruce back on Idol, but
hey, I'll take what I can get. You know what I mean?
Jake Thistle, thank you so much for coming on. According to Amabile, we're all cheering for you here in New Jersey.
Thank you
Lots
so
of love
much.
to you, Jake. And thank you for watching According to Amabile. If you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe, and share. Please share to help Jake.
Means the world. Thank you so much again for having me.
Thank you so much, Jake Thistle. Thank you for coming on According to Amabile.